What's up, everyone? Welcome back to BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. And the Ben Simmons hate continues and continues from people in the media that probably never played any kind of basketball. As a matter of fact, I know they didn't play any basketball in their lives or anything like that. So this over here is actually saying that Ben Simmons is going to be one of the worst contracts in the NBA next year. We're going to dive into this article. And this actually comes from the Nets Wire right here. And many of you people probably think, yo, man, Rashid is actually supporting this over here. But hell to the no. Hell to the no over there. So it says, according to Zach Buckley of the Bleacher Report, Nets guard Ben Simmons is predicted to have one of the worst contracts in the NBA for 2023-2024 campaign. Next season, Simmons is 27, is slated to earn $37.8 million over the course of a season. $177 million. So there's optimism surrounding Simmons, since there are recent reports that he's the healthiest he has been since the days in Philly. These reports give impressions impressions that Simmons has not been healthy during his time in Brooklyn. Of course, he's been dealing with multiple injuries or anything like that. I don't know who be actually writing this stuff. Listen, Simmons is actually paid because there's not many people in the NBA that can actually do what he do. All right, there's not a lot of people that are 6'11", can actually handle the basketball, that can actually pass, like a Magic Johnson. Listen, he was dubbed as the next LeBron James. So it's not crazy that he will command that type of a salary. So you give me a whole bunch of Ben Simmons that's in the NBA right now, and I promise you he will not be making the money that he's currently making. The reason why LeBron James makes the money that he actually makes, and a lot of these other players you see except for Jalen Brown, I don't know. You don't think that's an insane contract? You don't think that Damian Lillard is an insane contract? The man's going to have, $260 million salaries at the age of 37, 38 something years old. That's a crazy contract. Zion Williamson hasn't played damn near. Did he sign like 140 something, 150 something million dollars? So you think Jalen Brown signing for $307 million? That's not crazy? He doesn't make anybody better, and he has a lot of flaws in his game. We've seen him turn the basketball over. He needs to work on his ball handling. And I'm looking at it like this, man. If you don't have this stuff, like a lot of these intangibles, before you came into the NBA, it's really, really hard. You look at Jimmy Butler and his journey, where he came from. He still has a lot of flaws in his game, and he was just a guy that's just was like, who was that guy we had on the Brooklyn Nets? Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Just plays defense, and he doesn't have blazing handles or anything like that. It's really kind of hard to work on your game when you have, you got to go through a whole NBA season. You go through the playoffs. There's definitely injuries that actually happens. You can work on it, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of things that actually has to go right for you there. So, So it said it's tempting to drown yourself in the off-season optimism and believe this will be the time when Ben Simmons finally get back on track. But you would bet $78.2 million on that happening? Of course not. He has looked broken since the disastrous playoff run since the Philadelphia 76ers in 2021. He seemingly lost all confidence in the series, most memory passing up potential dunk on the possession of the Sixers. All right, listen, man. Yo, everybody had bad playoff runs. I don't know why people keep going to that. It doesn't make any sense. All right, everybody had LeBron in 2010. Kobe was it in 2004, I believe, and then 06, I think. I've seen him have MJ. There's a lot of players that actually had. Kevin Durant, then he had 3 bad games last year. In the Boston series where he got swept. And listen, even if he would have had performed like KD performs, they probably win that series. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. He had 139-point game, and then the rest was he was a no-show. You can also go back into the Milwaukee Bucks series against the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving in that game 3. In the last 8 minutes and 39 seconds, my boy didn't score at all. He didn't even take a shot. And they only lost by 3 points. You're telling me Kyrie Irving in a span of 8 minutes and 39 seconds can't get me at least 10 points? All right, so all of these players, at some point in their career, Steph Curry flamed out in 2016. He choked. So it happens over here. I don't know why people keep holding that against Ben. Listen, you overthink the game. That happens. This is a young player we're talking about. His first year, Ben Simmons, he didn't play. And at the time, I think it was only like 3-4 years of NBA experience. You know, it takes time for these guys to really kind of develop their games. You know, it takes a while. Normally 27, 28 years old. Even for me, I worked on my game for a while, and then 27, 28 years old, just clicked. You know, just everything clicked. So I don't know why that age is actually that case. I think Magic Johnson, they call them Tragic Johnson. I mean, I can keep going on and on and on and on and on and on about, you know, different players having different blunders, you know, in the playoffs or in the regular season. I mean, this is not the worst contract in the NBA. Give me a break. One, it's only actually 2 years. All right, so you have the 1 year of Ben Simmons that's coming up, you know, and even a hobbled Ben Simmons last year, it was a plus 40. All right, so the team is better with him on the floor. Like I said, he gets the ball. Not everybody in the NBA has Kyrie Irving handles, or not everybody is what's my boy's name in Phoenix? Man, I'm tired. It's late over here. I'm sorry, man. Not everybody's Kevin Durant. Not everybody's Kawhi Leonard. I mean, there's a lot of role players in the NBA. There's guys like Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal, who you actually got to set these guys up. You got to put these guys in the best position. Utah Watanabe. I'm thinking about a lot of Jared Allen. I mean, there's a lot of Nick Claxton's another one. He doesn't have a great offensive game. You know, Ben Simmons is going to actually have to put him in positions to actually really truly score. Okay, so that's his job as a point guard. I mean, go look up the definition of a point guard. What a point guard actually means. To actually get your teammates involved, and then you as a player look for your second. All right, so that's what he was doing his entire life. Now Doc Rivers actually screwed that up when he got there in Philadelphia. That's on Doc, you know, and Doc didn't make really hard decisions in that playoff series. I mean, they want to go into the missed layup. How about sitting Joel Embiid's ass down? He kept getting switched on to Trae Young, and he kept dropping. And Trae Young kept hitting threes after threes and listen, and that's fine, you know, but Joel Embiid on the other end has to go out there and produce offensively. So if that wasn't working, then Doc should have sat Joel Embiid down and then went small and switched everything. All right? So stop blaming Ben Simmons for that playoff series, man. It's not entirely his fault. And we don't know what type of injuries he was actually battling. We don't know if he was dealing with a leg injury. Matter of fact, I was out there practicing about 3 weeks ago, and I just hurt my leg, man. Just cramping my leg. Still could play, but I mean, couldn't really explode off the leg or anything like that. Could move, could dribble and everything, but couldn't explode off the leg. You know. It was like a calf injury or something like that. So, I mean, all these players, they all have injuries. You know, some you can play through, some you can play with, but it's going to hinder you. It's going to hurt you somewhat. And we don't know. And they're not going to tell you that. What are we going to do? Want to say, oh, Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid or Mikal Bridges dealing with a calf injury. You know, okay, they're going to be like piranhas on a pack of meat. They're going to go after him. And they're going to target him. All right, so these guys, whatever these guys are actually smoking, I want some of it. I don't do, drugs or anything like that, but I mean, it must be some powerful stuff, man. Some really powerful stuff. Really, really powerful stuff. Ben Simmons is actually really, 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 really important to the Brooklyn Nets, man. More than you guys even know. I mean, really, really seriously important. I'm gonna go over that in the next video. I was gonna do that this video, but I mean, I saw this story. I'm like, oh man, what's wrong with these people, man? Man, just study the game. Really, just study the game. This is not a hard game at all to really figure out. It's not a hard game at all, man. It's a kid's game. It was initially started as a children's game, so it's not really hard to figure out. And these guys in the media over here, like this was a Bleacher report. This has got personal biases. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people today, man. It's just all emotional rage and no logic, no intellectual thought whatsoever. All right, so I will wrap this video up. I've been rambling long enough. Absolutely like, comment, subscribe, and certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.